Hey, what's up gang? Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. Now 2 days ago in my video for the Rise of Evil set, I mentioned at the end that there was going to be some huge news on the way and that the new MOTU Origins Wave 5 with Faker and gang was rumored from a very reliable source to be debuting in Malaysia sometime in 2 weeks. Well, today, the Toys R Us Malaysia website has a huge update. Let's check it out, guys. Now they've got the entire wave of new 4 figures up for pre-order. Holy hell. Now to the best of my knowledge, this is the first time and the first place in the world that images for this new wave have turned up. What an amazing sight to wake up to in the morning. Now, I'm calling this Wave 5, but I'm hearing that it's supposed to be Wave 6 instead because Wave 5 is supposed to be the one with Mosquito and they seem to have skipped that one over. I'm not sure. Okay, but anyway, the Toys R Us site has their own way of labeling the assortments. They go by alphabets. So this one, based on the listing, is assortment J, okay? Now, the entire wave can be purchased as a set, okay? Only as a set, you can't get them individually. And I think that it was with MOTU that Toys R Us first introduced the idea of selling items in a set. Okay, this was usually only a practice with hobby stores previously, but because they knew that the line is very collector focused and they need collectors to stay focused and ensure that they're buying the figures that they're supposed to. So the set goes for 239.90 ringgit Malaysia or roughly 58 US dollars, okay, which is very reasonable and you're guaranteed to get the sought after figures. So, hey, what are the figures in the wave? Let's scope them out. First up, let's take a look at Fisto, one of the original figures in the wave that we're lucky to get for our collection. Now, we've seen Fisto several times actually on the packaging artwork for the previous MOTU Origins figures and even most recently on the artwork for the Landsharks box. And we knew that he was on the way. Now, Fisto here pretty much looks exactly the way that you would imagine him to look like. In fact, there is no dramatic departure at all from the way that he looked like almost 40 years ago in his original vintage toy. Now, Fisto still has the giant right fist, naturally, the giant beard, and let me guess, the fist is spring-loaded too, right? Now, you can't see the packing accessory that he comes with because it's on the back of the figure, but it's most likely the purple longsword. Now, I gotta say that I am sort of a bit disappointed that we aren't getting a new portrait with Fisto here. Now, let's face it, this look on his face, this expression that he's got, this is a look that every MOTU fan is used to, okay? And most fans probably already have the original as well, since he's not really one of the harder figures to find on the secondary market. So, you know what to expect, and there isn't a lot more that you can do with the character. So perhaps a different looking head would have worked better, like what they did with Triclops in the last wave, maybe an angry expression. What do you guys think? Next up, we've got the evil ocean warlord Merman, and this is the second time that we're getting him in the Origins line, and with some changes this time about. Now he's got a new face, one with an expression of wonder and confusion, I guess, and some changes to the body armor and even some new paint apps, I think. The new figures also have a new comic book as expected. I'm seeing some alphabets here, in the background, and I'm trying to make out the title. Is that like an R or an M? You know what? I can't see shit. Okay, anyway, this new portrait is a throwback to his look on the cartoon, and in fact, this version of the figure was also in the exclusive Lords of Power 5-pack set, which never came to Malaysia, okay? I don't think it's the exact same look. Probably some of the paint apps are different, but it's definitely based off the Lords of Power set. Now, we also got this face sculpt with the classics version of Merman. If you remember, it is a very vintage look for Merman, and in fact captures the essence of the character better than the previous Merman that came out in Wave 3. Actually, I had no idea that Merman was so popular a character that we're already getting a second version of him. It's like the last one just came out a few months ago. Now, I guess that they had to get this out there, but it's still great that we're getting a new facial sculpt, okay? Now, I can't tell if this version comes with the sword as well, But I hope that we get the trident, okay? There's many incarnations of Merman, like with the classics version, that have the trident, okay? Hell, even the Mega Bloks version of Merman has the trident. So let's see what happens, okay? Okay, then we get to Evil-Lyn, making her way back too for the first time since Wave 1. Okay, this is also a redeco. Most noticeably, she's got human skin now and not bright yellow skin like she's just stepped off the set of The Simpsons. But other than that, I'm not really sure if there's any other changes to the figure. Interestingly, there is a Masters of the Universe sticker at the bottom here where her knees are. I laughed when I saw this because I thought that it was an attempt by Mattel to cover up her hideous knee joints. You know, the really ugly knee joints that are on all of the MOTU Origins female figures. However, the font style and color on this wording here is very much like that of the 2002 Masters of the Universe series. Or at least that's what I'm seeing here. What do you guys think? All in, other than the redeco, I'm not really seeing a whole lot to be excited about Evil-Lyn as a reissue here. But it's definitely an upgrade over the previous version. And then we get to Faker, who's probably the most sought after new figure in the set. The evil robot of Skeletor, He-Man's doppelganger, but with blue skin. Now, the most stunning bit about the figure is that you'll notice that he comes with the alternate vintage styled He-Man head. You know, the one that came with the Battle Armor Deluxe set, which still hasn't turned up in Malaysia, by the way. So, hey, it's great that they added some variety to him and not just stuffed him with a blue version of the standard He-Man head from Origins, which most people do not seem to like, okay? I never had the vintage Faker figure, right? I still don't have one in my collection, and so I gotta say that I'm really looking forward to this one, guys. So let me know what you guys think of the new figures that are coming out and which ones are you most excited for. Sound off in the comment section. Now keep following the channel as always. We'll have more exciting updates for you in the days and weeks to come, in particular with the upcoming full review of these Wave 5 figures once we get them in hand. Thanks guys. I'll catch all of you again real soon.